Watch this.
Yo, IQ. Just wanted to give a big shout out to you. Loving the content, loving the videos, man. You just keep going, just keep creating that content. I think it's really good stuff, man. Yeah, I just wanted to reach out, man, and just share my past experiences, and then obviously I have a question at the end. Now, I've followed your content, I've followed a lot of other men's channels, and I love all the content that you guys are creating. It makes a lot of sense. And the thing that really makes me watch your content is because it feels like you're talking to me personally. Because every story, everything that you share, it feels like you're talking to me personally, because I've experienced this in my 20s when I was in my...
Now, you know that cliche politicians have? Especially in the era of Obama, we heard so much about that. That he would go out to the field and talk to a few people, and they would tell him of his hopes, of their aspirations. They would share their stories with him, and then he would come and tell us, this is why I'm so convinced. This is why I have a conviction of why we are doing this. This is why we are running. We are changing the country. This is why we want to be politicians. This is why we want. This is how it feels. This is how exactly it feels. When I sit here in my own mind, in my own thoughts, and I say something, and unbeknown to me, somebody on the other side of the world listens to this information as if I am only speaking to them. This is why we do this. I would say that like a politician. This is why I thought it was so necessary to open this phone line and hear the feedback from the other side.
All of these experiences, constant rejection, constant manipulation. You have to jump through so many hoops just to be noticed as a man by a woman is ridiculous. And one of my experiences, I'm not gonna say I have.
So men naturally do not compare notes. Women share information about relationships and their struggles and their challenges all the time with other women. But men naturally do not compare notes. So imagine if you're going through something, if you're going through a hindrance, dealing with a situation where you're trying to create a relationship with a woman, and there is nobody out there to tell you, oh yeah, that's how they are. Oh, that thing you're going through, that is called rejection. Imagine nobody tells you that. And in your head, you internalize it as, she's playing too hard to get. And then the information comes to you. And you're like, what the hell? I was going through that. That is exactly what was happening to me. Is that what this is? This is it.
Many other experiences, but one of the experiences that really played out and actually matched most of the stories that I've heard online, and I think this is why I want to share it, is it's actually true that when you're in your 20s as a man and you don't really have a good footing in life, you don't have a good, you haven't established yourself. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. Women will not even think to know that you exist. They won't even spend even a second of their time to acknowledge that you exist. And
when you have not established yourself, men, At 19, you're at the bottom of the food chain. At 20, at 21. At 19, a woman is at the top of her sexual market value. 19, 20, 21. She's not going to give you the time of day. You do not have what it takes to enjoy that value she has. You are at the bottom. You need to go out there and establish yourself. There is no shortcut.
When I was in my 20s and I was in uni at that time, I was in campus studying, and I really liked this girl. And obviously she was in her 20s as well. And I really, really liked her. I really wanted to go out with her, but she didn't even notice me. She completely ignored me, completely blocked me out. And the idiot that I was, really trying to get her attention, it just didn't really work, you know? And I think at some point after a couple of months, I just gave up, and I just, observed her from a distance, basically. I was a very introverted. I mean, I'm still introverted. Nothing really has changed about me apart from my financial circumstances, which I will get to in a little bit. So at that time, I just watched her from a distance, and I noticed that, she was literally always hanging out with the cool kids, and life moved on. After we graduated, obviously everyone splits up, after uni, after campus. It's like everyone just goes their separate ways, and you don't really hear from anyone. But I used to still keep in contact with some of my friends who used to be in contact with her, and I found out that immediately after university, she got married, and she moved to a different country from Kenya, because we studied in Kenya together. And she moved to a different country. She changed her religion to be with this guy, and she was married. And I was like, wow, damn, okay. Now, the funny thing is, I never really saw her like hanging out with anyone. Like, she wasn't really hanging out with like men, like boys, at that time. She was just, to herself, and she had a couple of girls that she was hanging out with. So she didn't look like she was in a relationship, right? Well, that's what I thought. And immediately after uni, I found out from a friend that she had gotten married, and she moved to a different country. Now, this was many years ago. Now, after I think
When you have what she wants, when you have what she needs, she will do anything. She will do anything to attach herself to you. When you have the value she wants, she will be the one chasing. You know that saying by Morgan Freeman? I don't chase girls. Girls chase me. Just have money. She was not only willing to move to a different country to be with a guy that has the value she wants, she even changed her religion. Kenovia here had tried for 4 years in college. He couldn't get her to even smile at him. Wanaume, tengenezeni any pesa.
Probably 6 or 7 years. Yes, I am pretty old. After a couple of years, one of my friends reaches out to me and tells me her story, and that she left the guy. They broke up, and she came back to Kenya. And me at the time, I wasn't in Kenya. I moved to the UK, man. I moved to the UK, doing my own thing, and things for me just really freaking skyrocketed, honestly. I'm in a really good place now.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
So she reaches out
Yes.
to one of my friends and tells one of my friends that she got divorced and now she's moved back to Kenya and she's just now focusing on her career and living with her mom and all that kind of stuff. And I said, oh, that's nice. And the funny thing was, all of a sudden she wanted to now reach out to me and like talk to me and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting. I'm like, okay, cool, let's do that. So we started talking. So my friend forwarded my number to her, and she started talking to me directly. And we started talking, and she told me all her life story. Like she literally moved to a different country. I think she moved to. I don't want to give off too much information because obviously at some point I wanted to share this on my channel as well, but she's kind of like, okay, that's a different story. But anyway, so yeah, she moved to a different country, and she told me the whole experience that she had to change her religion so that she could she could be the same religion as her husband, and she did all of this. Like she sacrificed a lot according to her. She changed her religion, she changed the country, she had to cut off her family and friends and everyone because now she's in a completely different country and everything, and just learn everything about that new place. But then a year later, it didn't work out, and she divorced the guy and she moved back to Kenya and to live with her family there. And then after that, a couple of years, she according to her, she told me that she was finding herself and that she wanted to, really learn what she wanted to do and, just find herself basically. And she converted back to Christianity, and now she's just like, really focused on that. And I was like, yeah, that's very good. I'm really happy for you. I'm really glad. And by that time, now she's in her 30s. I think she was 31 at that time when we talked. And suddenly, I don't know where the hell this came out from. She literally told me that she started noticing how well I'm doing and that she felt sorry that she didn't engage with me enough in uni, and that she's now, and she literally, these are her words, she thinks that we can get married, and she wants to start a life with me basically. And I was just like, okay, at that time, obviously, yes, marriage was on my mind, marriage is on my mind, but, I'm in my mind, I'm thinking, but that entire time that I really wanted to be with you, I really, like, we could have started a proper family and everything. Like, yes, I wasn't financially where I wanted to be, but...
No, Kenovia, don't fall for it. Kenovia, I can see what you're doing. Do not rationalize it. Kenovia, stay here with me. Stay on this side. She went out there and exhausted her sexual market value with the wrong guy. Moved mountains, literally. Moved mountains to be with this guy. And when it didn't work, and she is already now on the other side of the wall, she is like, ile Kenodia yangu alikuwa anataka bibi nikiwa high college yako wapi? Kenodia, let me tell you something. Women do not change. Women run out of options. You do not want to be the guy that a woman settles for. You know that photograph, image, a meme of a woman at the front of the line, and there are 15 Kenodias lining up to be with her. And at the very tail of the line, there is a Kenodia holding a bouquet of flowers. This is the recruitment. This is the recruitment for you to be this guy. You are the Kenodia holding the flowers. In a lineup of 15, 20, 25, 30 Kenodias that have passed through her. She wants to settle with you. Hii tape hapa imenikachiricha. 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 I can see where this guy is going and I'm scared for him. So I will stop playing this tape so that he doesn't do what he's about to do. I will hold him back. Come on this side. No, Kenodia, get the information. I have been noticing that you have been doing well for yourself. You have put value in yourself. Now you are a high value man. She has exhausted her own value. Now she wants to attach her worn out, empty shell image of her former self on your high value. Asha Kenodia, dogetekere. Dogetekere Kenodia. No, 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 no. Before you do anything else, please, I will call you. We have this conversation. Stop there. Stop. Don't do anything. Anything includes anything. Until we talk, Kenodia. I'm calling you shortly. Don't move. Don't touch that dial. Don't fall for the manipulation. Don't fall for being this empty validation. You do not need her validation. You build yourself out of rejection. Now she's coming as who? The bearer of the certificate of validation? Asha, stay right there, Kenodia. I'm going to touch base with you. We are going to finish this story together. Whatever you do, don't fall for it. Let's talk. Tomorrow. Hold your breath until tomorrow, Kenodia. Don't move. I know what is happening here. Let's share that story. Let's compare notes. Okay? We're gonna catch up with this guy. Hey, Mwadhani. Hey! Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Don't move.